If you could close your eyes and teleport to one place in the universe for 5 seconds, where would you go? Some people pick Paris, others pick Dubai. But imagine landing on the moon and standing exactly where humanity first touched a world beyond Earth. Now here's the surprising part. The Apollo 11 landing site is still there, still frozen in time, still holding the footprints, shadows, and history from that legendary day in 1969. And after 56 years, the site doesn't just look untouched, it looks almost unreal. What does the Sea of Tranquility look like today? What remains? And what secrets does the moon still hold from that historic day? Let's take a journey, 238,900 miles away, and explore what the Apollo 11 site looks like right now. The moon's most famous neighborhood. Picture the quietest place you've ever been and multiply it by infinity. That's the Apollo 11 landing site today. A giant, silent, gray desert where time doesn't move, footprints don't fade, and nothing, absolutely nothing, disturbs the view. Here's what's still there. The Eagle Lander's descent stage, sitting like a lonely metal monument. Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong's footprints, perfectly preserved. Scientific instruments that haven't moved in decades. The flag, though whether it still stands is debated. The shadows frozen exactly as they were in 1969. No wind, no rain, no animals, no erosion. Just a 50-plus-year-old snapshot of humanity's first giant leap. But what does it look like up close? Let's zoom in a little farther. The footprints that refuse to fade. Imagine stepping in wet cement, but the cement never dries, never moves, never cracks, never changes. That's the Apollo 11 footprints. Because the moon has no atmosphere, there's no wind, no storms, no water, no erosion. So the footprints Armstrong made when he took that famous first step, they're still sharp, crisp, detailed, shockingly fresh like they were made last night instead of in 1969. And here's the weirdest part. Those same prints will still be there a million years from now unless something hits them. Isn't it strange to think that if humans disappeared tomorrow, our last permanent mark on the universe would be those quiet little footprints in the Sea of Tranquility? Now let's talk about the hardware. The remains of Apollo 11 look like a mix between a small spacecraft museum and a ghost town. You can still see the descent stage, gold foil and metal sitting on the surface, the retro reflector, still bouncing laser beams from Earth, the TV camera, the one that broadcast Armstrong's steps, discarded equipment the astronauts left behind. Even the shadows are still sitting in the exact same place they were 56 years ago. If you were to walk through it today, it would feel almost eerie, like the astronauts left just 10 minutes ago and are coming right back. But what about the iconic American flag? The mysterious fate of the flag. The biggest debate is the Apollo 11 flag still standing, or did it collapse decades ago? When Armstrong and Aldrin planted it, they weren't sure how stable it would be. They also didn't expect it to survive the blast from the ascent engine when they lifted off. Most scientists believe the flag got blown over during liftoff, is now lying on the ground, and is completely bleached pure white from solar radiation. Imagine that, the most photographed flag in history, now just a white cloth on the moon's surface. It's symbolic in its own way. The color faded, but the achievement never did. A landscape frozen in time. The area around the landing site looks almost dreamlike. The dust, called regolith, is untouched. The shadows cast by the lander never move. The surface looks like gray velvet stretching in every direction. And hovering in the black sky above, Earth. Blue, bright, and glowing, the only splash of color in a silent universe. It's the same view Armstrong and Aldrin saw in 1969, the same view anyone standing there today would see.
It's humbling. It's overwhelming. And it reminds you just how far 56 years can stretch while changing nothing at all. But here's the question everyone asks. Why don't we see high-resolution photographs of the site today? Why we can't see it clearly from Earth? If you've ever expected modern telescopes to show crisp, Instagram-worthy photos of the lunar lander, you're not alone. But here's the truth. Even our biggest Earth telescopes can't zoom in enough. The moon is too far away. The lander is too small. However, orbiting spacecraft have taken photos. They show the descent stage, the shadows, the instruments, and even the paths where the astronauts walked. It's not Hollywood quality, but it's very real. And every photo confirms the Apollo 11 site still looks exactly like history left it. Why this matters 56 years later? In a world filled with constant news, fast trends, and endless scrolling, the Apollo 11 landing site is a reminder of something rare, something permanent, something untouched, something that shows what humans can achieve when the entire world focuses on one goal. It's more than a landing spot. It's a time capsule of the moment humanity decided to stop dreaming small. And here's the wildest part. The next footprints that appear beside Armstrong and Aldrin might not be American, might not be astronauts, might not even be human. Robots? Tourists? Explorers from other nations? The future of the moon is coming faster than we think. And a question for you. Standing at the Apollo 11 site 56 years later would feel like stepping into a museum where nothing ages and nothing dies. A museum without walls, without guards, without sound, floating in darkness. And now the big question. Do you think future astronauts should leave the site untouched forever, or should humanity visit it again? Drop your thoughts below. I'm curious where you stand. If this journey through the moon captured your imagination, make sure to like, share, and follow for more deep dive stories just like this. Humanity left footprints on the moon once. Maybe it's time we left a few more.